Happy birthday, Box. Give me something good, baby. Come on, Box. It's your birthday. That means I should get.
I beat you. I run.
He's
on
illusional, bro.
Let's run it.
My whole chat saying 3-0. You lost, man.
Of course, I'm your fan.
You lost.
Of course.
Nigga, it does, no, they're not. They're being honest. My chat is always honest. You lost 3 times.
Man's right here said that
Fuck
I won.
him. I don't even know him.
Of course,
damn.
I'm not mad at him because he's me riding.
So let's run again.
Fuck? I got the angles, gang. You lost.
Let's run it again.
Let's fucking go there.
Let's go. Come on. Shoes on. Let's go. Shoes on. Come on. Shoes on.
Fuck shoes on. Come on. Shut your no, nigga. Come on.
Shoes on. Let's go. Shoes on. Come on. Let's run it again.
I'm not mad at him because he's me riding. No,
Nigga said,
they're not.
fuck
They're
him.
being honest. My chat is always honest. You lost 3 times.
Man's right here said that I
Fuck
won.
him. I don't even know him.
Of course, you mad at him.
I'm not mad at him because he's me riding.
So let's run again.
Fuck? I got the angles, gang. You lost.
Let's run it again.
Let's fucking go there.
Let's go. Come on. Shoes on. Let's go. Shoes on. Come on. Shoes on.
Fuck shoes on. Come on. Shut your no, nigga. Come on. Since he's so fucking fast, come on. Come on. I'm dead ass sick of this nigga. Come on. I'm not racing no shoes on. If you racing with shoes on, I'm leaving. If you racing with shoes on, I'm leaving. I don't give a my feet bleed. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. No, I'm let's go.
Run it back.
Take the I'm ready.
My feet are
I'm not putting we running on the same environment, buddy.
Check me out, chat.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
My foot's bleeding.
I don't care.
Shoes on, let's run it.
Okay, my feet bleeding too. My shit hot.
Your feet ain't
I don't
bleeding.
give a, it don't matter.
My feet open right now.
Okay, well you injured then.
Shoes on. No, I'm good.
Okay, so you injured.
I'm good. Let's run
Bye, bro.
it.
You lost, bro. Delusional, chat.
Oh, you keep your shoes off like you mine on. Let's
Chat, all the angles on my channel, bro.
Appreciate that.
You one of his boys?
Nah,
You delusional, bro. You lost, bro. You exposed. Where my phone at? Where did I throw that? Where did I throw my phone at? Who got it? You lost, bro.
Keep your shoes off.
I don't even know why I'm wasting my time on you, bro.
Shoes off. Come on.
I beat you all 3 times.
Bro, keep your shoes off.
What happened in the first round, he was losing, so he was like, oh
I
shit.
fell.
He was like, oh, damn, I knew he's that fast.
First time
Second
he-
time,
first
beat him
time.
again. Oh, I got you. Third time, he went before me, and I still beat him. I slowed down at the end because we were done.
No one
and
slowed
he's still going. He's still
At the
trying.
end of the day, bro,
You
we're
lost,
running
bro.
in the Olympics, bro. What do they call it?
You're not fast for me.
Oh, he slowed down so he won? No. Come on, let's get it. Chat, he's leaving. Remember that. He's walking away. I'm winning.
Because I won 3 times, dumbass. I won 3 times, you dumb fuck. That's why I'm leaving.
No, you didn't.
That's why I'm leaving.
What is
You're
everybody
fucking
saying?
delusional.
What's everybody
You scared
saying?
because all your image is over with.
What's everybody saying?
All his Instagram image is over with. He not fast. You lost 3 times to me.
Come on.
You slow, my boy.
Why are you leaving?
Take
if
your
you're
L.
faster than me, why are you leaving?
Because I beat you 3 times.
No, you didn't. Nobody's
What the
saying
fuck?
that. Nobody's saying that.
Everybody's saying that, bro.
People in your chat, your fans, of course.
Bro, yo.
People out here who don't know who I am are saying that I won. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're leaving.
Yep.
Chat, y'all remember.
I'm leaving.
You're leaving.
Yep,
You
'cause
beat the first one. Second one, you
I should not be wasting 3 times, Shaq.
didn't win both times, bro. You didn't win both times. If
Yeah.
you're faster, you're gonna run it all day.
Yep. Yeah, Ashton, you got it. You got it, Ashton. You got it.
Run it back.
Yo, where that video footage?
Bro,
Yo, come here. You got
If
it.
you're faster, my people are sending you
Come here.
video footage. If
Yo.
you're faster, let's run it again.
Yo, airdrop me the footage, bro. Post it, bro. Post it, bro. Since you beat me so bad, since you taught it, post that shit.
I'll post the tie. Let's
Post
run
it then. Post the tie in, bro.
But let me post the last one.
Since you so excited.
Let me post the last one. Come
Nah,
on.
bro, I'm leaving you, bro.
Let me
You
post the
crying.
last
You
one.
dead ass crying.
No one's crying. I
Wayne,
want to
you
race
crying.
again.
You lost 3 times.
You wanna
Crying.
race
You're the one
again.
leaving.
It's
I'm
not
ready to run
close,
again.
bro.
I'm
Take your L, bro.
I'm ready to run again.
Take your L.
If you really can beat me, I don't want to race you again. Why
I
would
got the
do
frames right here, my nigga.
What frames?
I'm ahead of you. That's
No,
my,
you're not.
that
That's
is-
not even the finish line.
That's
The tree
stream
is the
frame.
finish line.
That's stream frame.
The tree is the finish line.
Because I stopped at the fucking finish line.
The tree is the
'Cause I'm
finish
back.
line.
We were racing to there. We racing to
Bro,
the.
you were beating me. I caught you when you started celebrating. Let's run.
He's delusional.
Let's get it.
He gonna keep trying to delusion your ass.
Let's
bro.
get it.
Chat, don't
Let's
listen
get
to this
it. If you're faster, just
shit.
run
And
it
you
again.
started first, bro.
But if you're faster, you just run it again. Come on.
With shoes off, bro. Race with your shoes off.
Bro, you race with your shoes off. I'm gonna keep mine on because my foot is bleeding.
No,
That's
bro.
it. I'm gonna
you
run
got an
slower.
advantage, bro.
I'm gonna run slower.
No, you're not.
Bro, I'll run in any shoes you want. We can switch
You don't have
shoes. I'll
running
run in
shoes, bro.
those. I'll run in those. It don't matter about the shoes. Come on.
Yo, send me the footage, bro.
Come on.
Send me the footage.
Let's
No,
run.
fuck you, bro. Stop talking to me, bro. Because you a meat rider, bro. Get your meat rider ass on.
You just want your
Nah,
fans
watch
to
out,
be
bro.
ride you. That's
Cause
it.
no, it wasn't. You
Let's run it
dumbass.
back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
Send it to me, bro. I got my
Jack,
airdrop
he's
on.
leaving. I'm still here. Come on.
Or we could do the top.
So you're not gonna run it back. Just say you're not running it back.
I'm not running the back. You lost,
That's
bro.
crazy.
3-0.
If you're faster, let's
You
run
bro,
it.
I got
you're
the win
faster,
here.
let's
You
run it.
lost, bro.
If
I
you're
am
faster, let's run it.
If I beat you 3 times, I'm faster, bro.
You didn't beat me 3 times, bro. The first time I flipped,
Bro, I have the footage, bro. There's footage. There's footage. I stopped and you still going.
Go back.
What does that
Bro, go
mean?
back. Look.
What does that mean?
Like I had the look.
Pause it.
I had. Bro, put it back to where it was at. It's like I'm clearly faster, bro.
It's sending.
He's actually delusional, bro.
Right here.
Look at this shit. Stop right here.
You're literally clearly.
I'm clearly. I stopped. I got my hands open. Look, hands open.
You're at
hands
an angle.
open.
You're at an angle. You're at an angle. Run it back. That wasn't
That's the
directly
one they
from
use
the
in
side.
Olympics.
That wasn't
It's the
directly
side
from the
angle.
side.
What the fuck?
Run it back if you faster. Speed. If you faster.
Yo, did you send it? Okay, thank you. Bro.
Oh my
faster,
God.
Run it back. Speed. Run it back. You don't want to run it back. Yeah, y'all see what happens.
Ashton fraud, bro.
You got my keys, bro? He's delusional, chat. He's actually delusional. He's delusional, bro. Like, I actually have to leave this guy. He's tripping. He's tripping because he just lost 3 times. Just come with us.
My car's right here before.
Run it back.
Okay, just follow us. I'll follow us back.
Bro, look at the frame here.
Come on, Slips. Come on. He's still going, chat. He's still going.
What do you see?
He's still going.
What do you see? Who's in front?
He's still going. Let me see.
Shot this and I put this on the internet. Bro, that's not good for you. Look.
All right,
man.
bro.
I'm not even trying to play you. Look,
That's why
it's
you trying to
angles. It's angles. What did I edit that? It's angle. Oh, look at his face. Come on.
That's the
bro.
end.
Look at the angle.
That's the beginning, you
So
dumb
it-
fuck. That's the
No, it's
beginning.
not. No,
That is the beginning. You
Let me
dumbass.
show you again.
That's the
Let me show you again.
beginning.
Let me show you again.
Right, and I caught up to you, you
Let me
dumb
show you-
fuck.
let me show you
Slips,
again.
get in the car. He's delusional. And I caught up to you.
Who's-
Play the whole
who's
video.
in front?
Play the whole video.
Who's in front?
Play the whole video. Play the whole video.
It's a screenshot.
Play the whole
Zoomed
video.
in.
Play the whole video.
Who's in front?
Play the of course, because you started earlier.
No, but this is the
Because you started
screenshot.
earlier. Play the video,
The
Ashton.
screen's right here.
Ashton,
Who's in front?
Ashton.
Where's
Play
the
the video.
Where's
Play the video.
This is a
Play the video.
Is this a
Play
video?
the video. We raced to the pole.
I'll play it. Come on.
Yes, you did beat me in the beginning because you went earlier. I caught up to you and still won, Ashton. You're fucking delusional.
Let's run it. Let's
Play
run it.
the whole video,
If
Ashton.
you're faster, you'll run
Ashton,
it back.
play the whole video.
If you're faster, you'll run
Ashton,
it
play
back.
the whole video.
If you're faster,
Play the whole video.
I'm looking for
You did beat me in the beginning because you went before me.
This nigga's
And I caught up to
sassy.
you.
Where's the video?
Play the whole
Show me
video.
the
Play the whole video.
That was a screenshot of the video.
Play the whole
It's
video.
in front of you.
Play the whole video. That was the start.
If he's
That was
faster,
the
why
start.
not race me again?
Bro, there's no way this
I'll race
is
you
for
one
real.
time.
That was the first one. That's the default.
Okay, Slips. This is the whole
first
video.
one
Play the
he
whole
did,
video.
The second one he did.
Play the whole video.
If he clearly,
This
bro,
like a weird.
Play the whole video.
Look,
That's the whole video. That's the whole
No,
video.
but it just stops. Like you don't even.
Right,
if
bro.
you
Watch out, bro. Get in the
clearly-
car.
If you clearly beat me,
Get in the car.
You
Get
Get in the car.
Get in the car, Slips.
If he clearly
He's
beat me,
delusional.
Why would I want to run again?
He's
Why would I
delusional,
run
bro. You
Let's go
actually,
again.
bro.
Let's go
Actually,
again.
I can't believe you actually taking your, like, you not taking your L.
Let's go again.
You actually
I'm
not taking your
an
L?
because you ain't walk away. Come on. You're supposed to walk away, look back, and say, "Yo, you slow."
I did that the
I
second
bodied
time.
you. Let's run
I
it.
did that the second time.
Bro, no, you didn't. The second race,
I
the
didn't
first
look-
race, I failed. The
I
first-
didn't- I didn't
the
look back
first-
to-
The first race, you won.
You're a yay. Watch out.
The one before
Slips,
that,
come on.
I failed.
Slips,
the
come on.
last one, you did not walk away.
Slips, come on, bro.
You did not walk away.
It don't matter what angle you show, I won all 3
Bro,
of
I
them.
just showed you an angle in your chat.
You were
Someone
winning
else
in the
front of you.
beginning, yes.
So, bro,
That's
if
the
you didn't
start.
walk away, let's
And you
run
went
it.
before me,
Let's
you
run it.
still
Let's
lost.
run it.
You slow.
Why are you
You're
driving
slow.
away? Why are you driving away?
Because I won 3 times.
No,
Ashton.
you did not.
Yes, I did.
failed the first one. You
Okay,
said
well, I
that.
won 2 times. Oh my God,
I failed
Ashton.
the first one.
And I won 2 times.
So
Okay.
the second one. The second one you won.
Okay.
The third one we tied.
We did not tie,
Yes,
buddy.
we did.
We didn't tie.
Yes, we did.
Bro, chat. Y'all got the
Bro,
angles.
we just
I'm
showed you- we just
gonna
showed you
release
a
the
screen.
angles. He gonna
Oh
try to
my
do whatever.
God.
Bro, watch out, bro.
But this shouldn't even be on a clip right here.
He's
We
rage
won.
baiting,
Let's
bro.
run
He's
it.
rage baiting, bro.
Let's
Come on.
go.
You're
Come on.
rage baiting, bro.
Let's
Oh, we remember barefoot. Remember barefoot.
chat. Why he gotta have it fully
Barefoot.
this way? Why don't you do it shoes on?
You said you was gonna race me barefoot.
Because I got holes in my feet. My
Bro,
feet is
it's-
literally bleeding.
Okay, it's a fuck. Okay, well, you want to race me. I don't want to race you. You want to race
So
me.
put the shoes
so you
on.
got to play by my rules. Play with the barefoot, bro. I'm not trying to race you. I beat you 3 times. You want a redemption. Race, bro, you got socks. Race with your socks on, bro. The fuck?
I don't need to have
That little ass
socks
cut on your foot, bro. That's not doing nothing.
Bro, I'm
that
bleeding.
tiny ass.
I'm
Okay,
bleeding.
you bleeding. That tiny ass cut.
I'm
That
bleeding.
little ass cut.
Bro, I'm bleeding.
That's
Both-
little ass
both
cut, bro.
sides. Come on, line it up. We ain't gotta do no more talking. If you faster, line it up. Come on.
Speed, I take what I said. Take what I said.
Huh? Hold on.
I'm about to walk away. I'm going straight to the side. I ain't giving
I'm not.
Bro, I literally stopped
He
at
must
you
have skipped
because, like,
the
bro,
morning
we
routine.
were racing to you. I stopped. I was like this. I was like, yeah. And he still,
Go straight
you just went through the
to the
line.
finish line. That's it. Don't go at no angle. Straight to the finish line.
I'm gonna go right on the side.
And I'm gonna just because you guys had angles. Just like I had an angle where it looked like I beat him. Come on.
Yeah, but it was at the start.
Always should that.
So we have a handout, whoever hits first.
Nah, I'm gonna make it clear on this.
So after this, I'm not racing no more because I'm low-key tired. I raced 3 times, bro.
Bro, I'm ready. We could just do it literally right now. We ain't gotta do no more talking. We ain't gotta do no more talking.
I gotta do this shit. Yo, Slips, get this mic. Get this mic, Slips. Here.
All right, yo, your finish line's the shadow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there too. Don't worry. There you go.
Right there. Nah, the pole, because the shadow's angled. The pole.
Bro, just go in the middle. The pole, the shadow's at an angle.
Where am I?
Okay, at the pole. Hey, listen, get 2 of your guys on this side. 2 of your guys on this side.
Be on this side.
One on one. That way you can see both angles.
I'm gonna just get it.
You ready?
I'm 100%.
He knows Speed finna dust this ass. He already knows Speed won. 4-0 is crazy.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to move out of the way. All right, we ready? Ready, set, go!
You don't want to get up. You said go. Bro, you go before it go. He's going before it go, bro.
He is cheating his ass off.
Going before it go, bro.
Yeah, somebody can you get a load?
That's not right at the pool.
Ready, set, go!
Dusted his ass.
Bye.
Clear.
Clear as day.
Clear as fucking day.
Bye, Aston. Bye. Delete your Instagram. Bye. Delete your Instagram. Bye, dude.
I got it, no doubt.
Bye. Get the fuck out
Delete your Instagram is crazy.
here, bro.
Delete your
Embarrassing, bro. I'm not gonna
Instagram.
say nothing to you, bro. Take your L. Take your L, G.
Delete your
see that?
Instagram.
You see that? That's the speedway. Tell him to get the fuck out of here.
Delete
Ain't
your
even before me
Instagram.
again. Tell him to stop playing with me, bro. Speed game.
Delete your Instagram.
Bye. Bye.
Delete your Instagram.
Fuck out of here, bro.
He gonna say it's foot injury.
Watch this. Chat. Watch this. I'm about to predict what he gonna say. Bro, my feet hurt, bro. Like my feet injured, bro. Watch this. I bet you. That's what he gonna say. Muscles are for show, bro. I promise y'all, that shit is aesthetic. People get big for aesthetic, bro.
Right.
Which is, it ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I really recommend, if you want to get built big for aesthetic, make sure to do like calisthenics too. So you can have like better strength. True strength is always what matters at the end of the day, bro. True strength, true speed, true agility. That's what matters at the end, bro. Real talk.
That nigga's not agile, not fast.
I love y'all, bro. At the end,
Well, Ashton might be fast, but he's not fast. I know he's not faster than me. He definitely ain't faster than Speed, though.
is the day.
I know for shit sure he ain't faster than me.
Make it.
So I had 2 dreams when
Selling. How you feeling? How are you feeling?
We feeling good. You feel me?
from
From catching a body and facing a murder charge to becoming a family-friendly YouTuber stacking.
What the fuck?
From catching a body and facing a murder charge to becoming a family-friendly YouTuber stacking millions. Funny Mike's story is one of the wildest flips the internet's ever seen. Before the pranks, the challenges, and the family skits. But how does someone go from facing life in prison to building one of the biggest kids-friendly YouTube channels? And is the past really behind him, or is it still waiting to catch up? MacArthur
What?
Johnson, born October 8th, 1996,
What?
grew up in the trenches of Baton Rouge. In his own words, growing up in Baton
He from
Rouge meant that
Louisiana?
Growing up in Baton Rouge, man, you don't do something that's not in the street wise, you're gonna end up in jail or dead.
the hood shaped him, pushing him toward the trap life as a young hustler, just trying to make it out. Johnson had his fair share of run-ins with the
Yeah,
law as a
22?
young bull. He caught some cases
Funny Mike, this you? Ooh.
and spent time in juvie for throwing hands and other charges he's been reluctant to speak on. In his Vlad TV interview, he mentioned that he would always burn it out, meaning he'd beat those cases quick and never had to do a long bid.
Like, how much time do you think you spent in juvenile altogether?
Oh, juvenile, I ain't spent that long in juvenile. I had burned it out.
Like many young men looking for a way out of their circumstances, Johnson turned to music. Baton Rouge has a rich hip-hop history, with artists like Boosie being major influences on the youth there. In fact, Johnson has stated that Boosie was his biggest influence growing up, saying he was listening to Boosie before Kevin Gates. Before finding success, Johnson went through a series of different personas and names, trying to find what would stick. He went by Lit Mac on the track, Lit Guno, Mighty Mike, and Girl He Funny at different points.
So what was the first name?
My first name was Lil Mac.
Lil Mac.
On the track. Lil Mac on the track.
Lil Mac on the track.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah.
Pimp?
shit, I slapped them hoes down for real. real talk. But yeah, but that was one of my rap names.
Initially, he tried to make it as a rapper, but when that wasn't taking off, he pivoted to comedy on social media platforms like Vine and Instagram. His relatable comedy about family dynamics and childhood experiences started getting traction. Johnson explained that he started that after rapping wasn't taking off, seeing comedy as another potential path to success.
After rapping wasn't taking off for me, you know what I'm saying? I started then to try to see what can I, get out of it, you know what I'm saying? But then shit just started going up, you know what I'm saying?
So you get in the Instagram comedian thing, right? And one situation took off, on the Instagram.
This hustle and willingness to adapt would eventually pay off, but not before a major controversy and legal trouble that nearly derailed everything. In 2016, when Atlanta rapper 21 Savage was gaining popularity, Johnson made a strategic move that would change his trajectory. During a freestyle, he dropped the line, "This ain't 21, this 22," and people caught on. Seeing the reaction, he decided to adopt the persona of 22 Savage, a clear parody of 21 Savage.
Yeah, it was just a freestyle with the woo.
How did the freestyle go?
I was like, this ain't 21, bitch, this 22, whip, skirt, woo. And then everybody just fucked with it.
Johnson released a song called Jumpin' as 22 Savage, which quickly gained traction. The audio alone was racking up thousands of plays within hours. And when he dropped the video, it exploded, reaching millions of views.
When you put out Jumpin', you put out his audio first.
Yeah, it did numbers like overnight. Like it was doing numbers like first hour it did 5,000. Like through the week, shit, it was like 50,000. So I'm knowing it's doing something. So that's why I was like, yeah, we got to do a visual to it. Visual out, and it just popped off.
The 22nd Savage character wasn't just a name. Johnson adopted a similar look and flow to 21 Savage, stretching his words in a similar cadence. When asked if this was intentional, Johnson kept it a buck and admitted, yeah, that was done on purpose, just trying to fuck with him. He was straight trolling.
Did you think that anything was really gonna pop off, or this was just another
Nah, really, I didn't really think it was gonna be big as what it is, but I knew it was just gonna do plays and shit, but I didn't really think it was gonna be big. It was what it was.
But then you kind of look like 21 Savage a little bit.
Man, that's what they say. I don't know.
The music industry and internet took notice. Blog posts started appearing about this 22 Savage character, and the controversy only fueled Johnson's growing fame. Many compared him to other artists who had found success through controversial imitation, like Young Thug with his Barter 6, playing off Lil Wayne's Carter series. What started as a parody soon escalated into a real beef. 21 Savage responded during a performance saying,
"Ain't no 22s, ain't no 23.
acknowledging the copycat without directly addressing him.
So you got on stage and said, ain't no 22, ain't no 23.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I saw that.
What'd you think?
Ain't no 21. Just 22, you know.
Johnson took this as a challenge. In interviews, he claimed that if 21 Savage had just ignored me, eventually it would have just faded away. Instead, the back and forth intensified.
Because all you really had to do is just ignore you.
Right.
Eventually, it would have just kind of faded away.
Everything would have faded away. But,
Right.
you know, he got no sense of, you know.
The situation escalated when Johnson challenged 21 Savage to a boxing match, saying if 21 won, he would change his name. Even 50 Cent got involved, contacting Johnson about putting the fight on the undercard of a Mayweather boxing event. According to Johnson, they were going to put up 100 bands each for the fight, but 21 Savage declined, saying, I don't box, I got them choppers.
Don't talk about out here boxing, man. We walk around with choppers and shit, man. We ain't boxing no motherfucker.
But Funny Mike, aka 22 Savage, responded and said he must have thought they stopped making choppers when they made his, hinting that he with the shits and is ready to shoot as well.
21 Savage said that he don't box, he got them choppers.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you heard that?
When he said that,
Yeah.
I say, oh man, he must thought they stopped making choppers when they made his shit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? They don't stop making choppers, dick. Anybody can get a chopper, dick. You know what I'm saying?
The beef took an even darker turn when 21 Squad began posting threatening messages, including tombstone emojis over Johnson's pictures. This led to threats and declarations that ATL, 21 Savage's city, and BR, Johnson's city, were now no-fly zones for each other, meaning if either one pulled up to the other's hood, it was on site. The internet beef was turning into some real street shit.
You know, that would really escalated the shit again, you hear me? Cause that's when one of his homeboys, I don't know who he was, he put the little tombstones over my pictures, whoop the whoop, then no plug, he got the comment, he say something, so I added him, I say pull up. You know, that's when the whole city, you know, what up, pull up, you know what I'm saying?
You said that, Baton Rouge is a no-fly zone for them now?
Shit, it is a no-fly zone.
But while the internet beef was heating up, the streets had a different kind of smoke waiting. Before long, Funny Mike wasn't just playing Savage on records. He caught a real body in broad daylight. Amid the rise of the 22 Savage persona and the beef with 21 Savage, something far more serious occurred. On May 3rd, 2016, MacArthur Johnson was involved in a shooting that left 20-year-old Richard Phillips dead in the parking lot of a Baker Boulevard grocery store in Louisiana.
Good afternoon, I'm Cheryl Mercedes.
And I'm Greg Merriweather. A fight over a flyer for a birthday party has left one man dead and another charged with his murder.
The killing happened at a bakery convenience store, and this afternoon, Police Chief Mike Knaps announced a total of 3 arrests in this case. But the suspected shooter insists he did nothing wrong.
You didn't fire a gun?
Self-defense.
So you did fire a gun?
Self-defense.
19-year-old MacArthur Johnson, police say, turned himself in on Wednesday morning after hearing he was wanted in a shooting overnight at the Baker Boulevard grocery store.
According to police reports, the shooting stemmed from a dispute over a birthday party flyer that had occurred 7 weeks earlier. On the night of the shooting, Johnson was in a car with Charmaine Wilson when they encountered Phillips, who was distributing flyers in the parking lot. Phillips was passing out party flyers in the parking lot, and he and Funny Mike were arguing over the flyers. After a brief conversation, Phillips and his companion, Walter Williams Jr., slid off at first, but Phillips doubled back and pressed Funny Mike a second time. Mike set Phillips up to strap on him, so Mike fired first, hitting him dead in the chest, claiming it was self-defense.
Self-defense.
So you did fire a gun?
Self-defense.
19-year-old MacArthur Johnson, police say, turned himself in on Wednesday morning after hearing he was wanted in a shooting overnight at the Baker Boulevard grocery store. Richard Phillips, known as Rah-Rah, also 19, died after being shot in the chest.
But here's the thing. Nobody ever confirmed if Phillips even had a pole on him, and whether it was real self-defense or not is still really shaky. Phillips ended up dying from the shot. Later that day, Funny Mike got booked along with 2 other dudes that were riding with him. They charged him with second-degree murder, illegal use of a weapon, and obstruction of justice. Mike admitted he squeezed the trigger, but tried to play the self-defense card. Problem is, the cops had video footage, and it didn't match his story. A report said they tried to lie and claim Phillips was strapped, but one of the passengers folded when the feds showed him the surveillance footage, and the footage showed Phillips didn't have no gun. Funny Mike's bond got set at $370,000, but he had the bread and bonded out quick, at least for the moment. In interviews after the shooting, Johnson seemed ice cold about the serious charges hanging over his head. When asked how he felt with a murder case pending, he responded, "I don't feel no type of way. I don't think about it, just fuck it." This showed how desensitized he was to the streets. Man was facing decades, but acting like it wasn't nothing but a thing.
What? How I feel?
Yeah, with something like that hanging over your head.
I don't feel no type of way because, you know, if you was in my shoes, you And the situation, you would probably do the same thing, you know, so.
Not about the situation, but about the court case that's coming up or the plea deal that's coming up or whatever is coming up in your future. Because one way or another, something's going to have to happen. So how do you just get by day after day?
I don't know, I don't think about it.
Just fuck it.
Fuck it.
But sometimes in the streets, it ain't about who's right or wrong, it's about what you can prove. And somehow, against all odds, Funny Mike finessed the system and slid out the back door clean. Now you're hearing all these and wondering why he's not in prison right now, despite all the evidence looking mad sketch. Johnson caught the biggest break of his life. In what shocked everybody, a grand jury decided not to indict him on the murder charges. This decision effectively meant the case wouldn't go to court, and Johnson was free to move forward with his life. He celebrated this outcome on Instagram, writing, "God is good. Second chance at life. Shout out to my team." Some have speculated about how Johnson managed to avoid indictment despite the evidence, including surveillance footage. But the details of the grand jury proceedings remain private. With the streets watching and the feds off his neck, Funny Mike knew he couldn't keep living on borrowed time. He had to reinvent himself before the next bullet or courtroom took him out for good. Following his legal troubles and the 22 Savage controversy, Johnson knew he needed to switch up his whole vibe. He eventually shelved the 22 Savage persona and fully embraced his new identity, Funny Mike. This wasn't actually a new wave, but rather a return to his comedic roots. Before the 22nd Savage character, he had already been building a following with comedy content. As 21 Savage explained in interviews, the comedy shit was working, so I guess he just went back to it.
Did you convince him to drop the whole 22 Savage thing?
I think he did that on his own, really.
Just ran his course.
I ain't never asked him to stop, but he DM'd me like back then and apologized though, like way back then. Not on no pussy shit, like on some man shit. Yeah, he said some shit. He just stopped doing it. But he was a comedian before the 22 shit, and it was working for him. The comedy shit was working. So I guess he just went back to it.
In 2016, he created his YouTube channel and began focusing on comedy skits, pranks, and lifestyle content. His authentic personality and humor resonated with audiences, and his channel grew rapidly. Johnson's content evolved over time, becoming more family-friendly as he himself matured and started a family. He began dating Jalea Monet, whom he met through social media, and the couple now have 2 children, a daughter named London, born in February 2019, and a son named MacArthur Johnson Jr., born in July 2020. Today, Funny Mike has built a straight-up media empire. His main YouTube channel is pushing over 6 million subscribers, and he runs additional channels including Funny Mike Gaming, Funny Mike Skits, and the MJ Family channel with his girl Jalea, which has over 3 million subscribers by itself. His content now is all about pranks, challenges, and family vlogs, a complete 180 from his days as 22 Savage or his trouble with the law. He's estimated to be worth about 3 M's, all made legitimately through his social media hustle. That's according to Google, but I think he's worth 10 times that, as he's acquired most of his wealth from crypto investments. A coin called Doge is what made him all these millions. Beyond YouTube, Johnson has kept dropping music under his Funny Mike persona, with tracks like DD3X, Small Wee Wee, and Monsters Under My Bed, showing a more lighthearted approach than his 22 Savage days. Johnson has also been giving back to the hood, organizing bike giveaways for kids in Baton Rouge who ain't got much, especially around Christmas time. He's spoken on the importance of putting on for your city, noting that many children don't get nothing for Christmas because their family can't afford it. A key part of Johnson's story is his connection to another Baton Rouge rapper who blew up, NBA YoungBoy, Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden. These two came up in the same trenches of Baton Rouge, both trying to make it out by any means. YoungBoy has shouted out Funny Mike in his music, with bars suggesting people mistakenly thought Funny Mike was soft when he was really about that life.
All you do is whistle, past prison after central booking. They really thought Funny Mike was pussy. They really thought Funny Mike was pussy. Young boy.
This cosign from one of the hottest rappers in the game adds another layer to Johnson's complex story and street credibility. Funny Mike's journey from the trenches of Baton Rouge to YouTube stardom is a story of transformation, second chances, and reinvention, straight up. While his past includes catching a body and controversial beef, he finessed his way into building a successful career as an entertainer. Today, the man once charged with murder creates content that millions of families watch daily. He's a father, entrepreneur, and content creator creator who's apparently left his troubled past behind. He really beat the system and changed his life around. His story raises mad questions about redemption, the justice system, and how people can switch up their whole lives. It also highlights the unique opportunities that platforms like YouTube provide for renovation and reaching audiences directly without traditional gatekeepers. Love him or hate him, Funny Mike's story shows that no matter how deep in the game you might be, there's always a chance to flip the script and make something positive happen. From posting up on the corner to superstar content creator, that's the American dream in the digital age. Let us know down below, what do y'all think of Funny Mike's interesting story?
That's good.
Reputation has always mattered in hip-hop. If you say something, there's a sense that you need to be able to say it verifiably, but it seems like this is only unique to rappers. After all, it's not like anyone asked Freddie Mercury of Queen, Tom Jones, or Johnny Cash if Harris never had it easy. In fact, he was almost capped inadvertently at the age of 14 when his house was shot up due to his older brother's own gang ties. Meanwhile, his father, who wasn't around, allegedly had ties to 068 C Block. Hailing from 79th Street and Maryland Avenue on the east side, this is Black Disciples territory. And eventually, Jeff threw caution to the wind when his dreams of basketball were over.
I was 16. I was trying to play basketball, but that's around the time I ain't make the varsity team. So at 16 was when I was realizing this shit real. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Cause you know, after that point, it's like once you don't make that team, it's over.
Left with no direction, he soon found himself in the waiting arms of gang life. Founded in 2015 as an offshoot of gangs known as Braindead and Drill City 079, Lil Jeff swore allegiance to the Bloodhound crew when he hopped off the porch at the age of 18. Pitted against enemies like BKN, Trap City, 800, and the 8-Tray Mob among others, Jeff put the same level of dedication he once gave to his hoop dreams to terrorizing his ops. From his earliest days as an affiliate, he flagrantly waved guns, bragged about robberies, and insisted he wasn't scared of anyone.
I'm gonna show y'all who just got his ass cooked. That nigga mad. Him right there. It wasn't him, but it was his number. I'm gonna show y'all, look.
He had on.
It's him right here. Ooh, I see his heel. He ain't had none of this shit.
What a burst was that?
Man, look, we exposing this nigga, cuz his ass is fucking.
Show that dick. We got an AP already, Stone.
I'm having my way in Chicago, Illinois.
Now we got another road.
Hey man, get the people they shit back. Like
them they should never been trying to kick it down Atlanta Green. That's it, $10. It cost him his whole hustle career. Everything he worked hard for, it cost lost all.
However, in a world where some individuals do this without having any genuine commitment to the cause, this certainly wasn't the case with Lil Jeff. In fact, he didn't even seem to care if he got imprisoned, considering he literally attempted a drill on IG Live.
Tell that bitch tweet.
Despite his young age and lack of experience, Jeff quickly became a key player in the gang. The turning point came when his close confidant Z-Money was taken out in what was believed to be a backdooring hit. This killing shattered a decade-long truce between Bloodhound and Trap City, igniting an all-out war. For Jeff, this was a pivotal moment, the point where he officially declared open season on his enemies.
I'm taking the killing school. Class start next week. You gotta at least have 2 bodies though. For I ain't coming with no. If you ain't got shit, I can't work with no beginners for. You gotta at least have a 2. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minimum. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, cause y'all know I'm gonna start at 2 minimum. Now I'm just doing it for a tradition. I'm gonna start at 2 minimum, man. 2, you gotta have a minimum of 2. No, anything, you gotta have 2. You gotta have a minimum of 2 of them bitches to come to school. You gonna sit your dumb ass in this seat, and whatever I say, do it. If you do anything scary, bitch, I'm smoking.
Within a matter of months, Jeff would allegedly rack up 10 bodies, even commemorating this grim milestone with a tattoo. Some of their identities are still debated, with names like Lil Gutta from Hit Squad, Clay and Crew from 8-Tray, and a 33-year-old known as Black from the Evans Mob, frequently mentioned by so-called Chiracologists.
Bro, this nigga is Killmonger, I swear to God. This nigga's IRL Killmonger? What the fuck?
However, there are some that Jeff did his utmost to prove that he did while stopping short of handing himself to the cops. First off, there was the murder of Trap City's Leal. In June of 2023, Leal got into a lift on the 1300 block of West Taylor in Little Italy when Bloodhound pulled up and unleashed gunfire, leaving him dead on arrival at the hospital. In the aftermath, the driver Robert Smith opened up about the horrendous attack.
Smith says he hit the gas when someone standing outside of the car started shooting. He rushed going to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
I was running stop signs and intersections to get away. So at one intersection, I had to stop because there was a car coming through, and then I turned to him and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to the hospital." And he said, "Okay." Then the next time I stopped, I had to stop at a light because there was two cars coming through the intersection, so I couldn't run it immediately. And I looked back then, and he wasn't moving anymore.
Although no arrests were officially made, Lil Jeff hopped online immediately to claim responsibility.
Go ask my ops that Marco Drake put shit in park. Go ask my ops that Marco Drake his ass ain't making fuck. Go ask my ops that Marco Drake his ass ain't get out that car. You know that? I was right there, you know that?
And from there, he continued to antagonize his foes by reenacting the scene for his own amusement.
Go, bitch, we set shit up. When I ran up on that car, his ass looked up and he was...
While this brutal crime cemented his reputation, his most infamous act came on January 26, 2024, the double murder of two high school students, who go by the name of Montario Monty Williams and Robert Lil Rob Boston, which were both members of rival gang BKN. Reportedly, the tensions were prompted by an attempted robbery that he escaped.
Have someone ever tried to take like some of your belongings from you?
Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. A nigga did run off on me before. I will tell you that. Niggas did what they did.
What, he zeroed you on the move or something?
Yeah, basically.
That happens to the best of us, brother. We done all been finessed.
Yeah, his ass ran off and it wasn't about shit.
We done all been finessed, bro.
It's a little shit.
That's what comes with the streets.
Shit wasn't about nothing at all. I'm talking about at all.
Believing BKN to be responsible, Lil Jeff swore to get his revenge. On that fateful day in 2024, Monty and Lil Rob were outside Innovations High School when masked assailants hopped out and let off shots. After they were both hit multiple times in the chest, Monty and Lil Rob died at 17 and 16 respectively. These killings shocked Chicago in terms of both the scale of the broad daylight assault and the age of the victims.
Under this CTA elevated platform near Wabash and Washington in the Loop, where police say two teen boys, a 16 and 17-year-old, both students at Innovations High School, were shot and killed, fear piercing through the busy midday.
We couldn't get out of that for 12:50, and then they started shooting. They was like, can't nobody go in, can't nobody come out.
It happened shortly before 12:30 this afternoon. Police say 6 students were walking out of the school after classes were dismissed when a car and SUV, both dark in color, pulled up.
And a group of individuals exited said vehicles, fired multiple times, striking 2 of the teenage students of Innovations High School.
But for Jeff, it was just another thing for him to boast about.
I feel if I get mad enough, the shit will start happening. I went black for like a week, and poof. Gotta go after that one. Poof. I came back. Poof. I don't live them niggas though.
Elsewhere, in his newly launched rap career, Lil Jeff made reference to turning Za into Za, referring to another moniker for Monty.
Bitches wanna eat dick cause they know I smoke pot. We really spank shit, turns out into za. Damn.
Suddenly, Jeff became a rising name in Chicago, and as he transitioned into music, his notoriety only fueled his buzz. But with his growing legend came an ever-expanding list of enemies. While he's often recognized as a rapper, it's important to note that Lil Jeff's music career was incredibly short-lived. His earliest tracks like Can't Beat Us only surfaced about 2 years ago, but with his name now carrying weight both in the streets of Chicago and on Reddit as an active shooter, his Stepping in Blood mixtape soon got immensely popular. Soon enough, he was getting calls for interviews where he became cryptic about the exact activities he was up to on the streets.
Cause they said Bloodhound Lil Jeff got 10 bodies. I said, okay, well he can't be in Iraq then. This nigga must be, you feel me? In the UK, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to get to know the Bloodhound Lil Jeff story today. Can you start by telling us where you from?
Chicago, you know it, east side of Chicago, east side of Chicago.
However, it's clear that he leaned into the image whenever he got the chance.
So, Okay, so you got this reputation, man. You got this crazy reputation.
Shit.
Feel me? How do you move through Chicago? Do you feel like you probably got a target on your back?
Hell nah, these niggas scared, man. I'm outside every day, they ass ducking. I never see people on live dropping my low, showing their ass where I'm at. We be outside every day. I be from up everywhere you could think of.
Soon, Lil Jeff's legend continued to expand, with speculation growing that he wasn't solely active in Chicago. In both his own music and that of his allies like Lil Scoom, there were lyrics hinting at him and Q50 operating as hitmen.
It's wild. And then the even more crazy thing about Jeff and Q50 is that, allegedly they were doing hits for money in another city. So there's a whole bunch of lyrics that they've got talking about, I'm in Milwaukee taking hits for hits for paper, doing hits for change. And only since my documentaries came out, there's been a new theory on Reddit that there's basically was a triple homicide in Milwaukee that people are saying, yo, this is the one where Jeff and Q50, they were paid to kill one guy and they ended up killing 3 guys. And then there's a bunch of lyrics where Jeff and Q50 have these little bars where they're talking about my first hit was a 2 for 1. I'm in Milwaukee doing hits for the change. My first hit wasn't a regular hit. It's actually crazy. These guys are taking it to a whole nother level, and you can tell that they idolize Von.
As wild as it sounds, this theory was backed by Jeff appearing in Milwaukee rappers' music videos, along with artists like K-Rax paying tribute to him on Instagram.
Free bands for life.
Although he believed the city was beyond saving, Lil Jeff insisted that no matter how much success he gained as a rapper, Chicago was the only place for him as long as he had unfinished business.
How can we make Chicago a better place?
You can't. This shit f***ed up. Yeah, that's how. If you what you could do for now is just mind your business and just that's it. Just stay in your own lane. That's all you could do. But it's f***ed up. This shit f***ed up. You just gotta get the f*** on. If you can move, go ahead and get the f*** out of here.
Yeah, I know you aspire to move one day once you.
No.
No?
I ain't ducking my shit, boy.
Then you wanna stay?
I love the records, bossy. I'll move one day though, but not right now.
Yeah.
I got shit going on.
But no matter how ruthless he seemed, Jeff wasn't as cold-hearted as he made himself out to be. Beneath the tough exterior, it was clear that he was self-medicating to cope with the trauma of his lifestyle. At one point, he was even seen snorting a perk mid-interview.
Now I see you over there, you getting something together.
This ain't about shit, no attention.
We ain't never seen that on DJ UTV before.
There's a lot of shit you ain't never seen.
Seeing he was on the fast track to destruction, some interviewers, such as DJ U, attempted to advise him. But being young and reckless, he wasn't really trying to hear it.
If a student graduates from this school, their future probably not looking too bright.
Wait, what you trying to say?
I'm saying there's only 2 places
So
they can end up
my
in.
future not looking bright.
I mean, I don't know if you graduate from the school or not. I don't know.
It's like, man, just look, is my future looking bright or not?
But I'm just saying, if you graduate from a killer school,
He trying to say my shit ain't looking bright.
no, you're a rapper, so your future looks very bright. But if a young man go to a killer school, you know.
I'm a rapper and have a bright future. See, there you go, bingo.
Money and be well.
Exactly, he could do a lot. Listen, that shit come with more. Listen, there's a lot of shit behind the scenes that I can't tell you, and that's why I'm trying to skip questions, cause I can't trying to skip the question.
Right.
Get the fuck on from this shit.
Besides, Lil Jeff had a pretty cynical outlook for someone who was barely even old enough to drink. For one thing, he was scarily at peace with the prospect of his demise, but the alleged mass murderer claimed that if he did go down, there'd be vengeance.
They say I'm dead, tell them to get back. Oh no, they still finna go spin for me though. They still finna spin for me. That boy hell got caught in rap, dead or not. Folks say he still finna go spin for me. Whoever did that to me, we spinning on y'all that.
Throwing away souls like dirty napkins is crazy. Talking in pre-death is wild. At least he was prepared to go. Clearly, Bloodhound Lil Jeff wasn't scared of going down in a blaze of infamy. In fact, it appeared that he felt there was no way around it once you entered that life. In this sense, Jeff shared the same mindset as one of his rap idols, King Von.
Somebody kill somebody, everybody got family, somebody relate to him or somebody cool him, you kill him. Now everybody that he was close with is trying to kill you. It's a never ending, or they gonna kill, let's kill somebody close to him.
Right. Hey, how does that end? How y'all stop that?
It don't stop. It's to everybody, all the people that playing the game. Gone, you see what I'm saying? It's the last man standing. It's either you gonna be in jail, you gonna die, or you getting lucky around this bitch.
Primed to keep pushing as long as he could, Lil Jeff would never back down nor retreat. So when things went left, those in the know saw it as a foregone conclusion. Inevitably though, if you knew Jeffrey, yes, inevitably. And sure enough, in the same year that he was catapulted to fame, Lil Jeff would be taken out of the picture. Considering how much dirt he did in the streets towards his rivals, Lil Jeff was already firmly on their most wanted list. But the situation escalated when he was caught in Trap City during an attempted drill. After chasing his enemies into their own territory, Jeff stormed into a house, aiming to take out an op, only to catch a bullet to the chest. And although he was rushed to the hospital, it was a little too late, as he was pronounced dead on arrival. The crime scene noted that a male victim, John Doe, was near a sidewalk when he was struck in the chest by gunfire. The victim was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. There are no suspects in custody. A large number of shell casings were located at the crime scene. Lil Jeff was gunned down at just 21 years old, and for his enemies, his death was a cause for celebration.
They say they chopped that brain.
Hey, two-handed.
Hey, overpaid. What you want? Can't eat this shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, yo.
I gave you that. Hold on. I gave you that. I gave you that. All right, bet. Pop that.
Songs and still gotta catch the bus or still gotta ride and catch the Uber and stuff like that. So they don't really know, like, a lot of things can affect you with going that route, especially when you ain't got everything taken care of already. You still a kid when you first starting off anyway. You still living with your mama. You probably ain't got no money. You gotta take these buses. You fucking with these hoes that fucking with these other people. So it's all stuff could play out, but they not knowing this at the time though.
According to Chirac experts, the death of Lil Jeff was linked to the attempted setup of a man named Trap City Rob.
You can see on the video somebody outside like talking to their girlfriend or, you know, talking to a person who they just interacted with. And you see him run down and chase the guy in the house. And then you see him flying back off the porch. And then you hear do 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 do. And the paperwork can say he was hit 19 times in the chest area.
He was shot 19
times. And that's why I think they grabbed Rob for the murder, because it's overkill. It ain't self-defense 19 times. Clearly see on camera that 4 dudes is waiting outside basically to ambush them. Like, I don't think he should be in jail, but in Chicago, they lock up the wrong people. They let out the wrong people, you know, and it's just crazy, man. But Rob, he's still up in there. He's still up in there. He got charged with the murder of Lil Jeff.
Rob was recently picked up for the murder after a witness allegedly placed him at the scene. In a bizarre twist, cops had to use 2 sets of cuffs on Rob's due to his sheer size. But with a lack of solid evidence, he was ultimately released. Rather than boasting about it, he seems more focused on moving forward.
Go ahead, yes.
He told me I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk?
Yeah. I trot Rob. What you on, gang?
What you on, gang?
You know, shit, we coolin'.
Yeah.
We right here talking.
As for Lil Jeff's fans, they simply saw it as a case of squandering the potential he had. He jumped off the porch at 18, which means he had nothing to do after high school but hang with the wrong crowd, and went hard in the streets to catch up or prove himself. Having a name as an alleged killer and definitely a robber while moving around like that is like having a death wish. But while most normal people saw him as someone who simply squandered his potential and fell victim to the streets, so-called Chirocologists praised him as a legend.
Is the legions of kids on Reddit who are really like worshiping Lil Jeff for the amount of murders that he was apparently able to.
Jeffology?
Yeah, there's a Jeffology. They have a Jeffology subreddit. They're calling him J-Roy, which I was very into that. Like, one of the most damning things is like this series of emojis that he would put in his captions, in which each different emoji seemed to reference a different person. So like a lot of people have seen this like really traumatic video of basically these 2 high school age kids that got killed in Chicago. It's been alleged that Lil Jeff was the one who took them out.
As for his homies, the world essentially stopped. In a tribute post, Lil Scoom89 couldn't believe what happened to his fallen brother, saying, "I love you. I'ma be with you real soon." A talented rapper in his own right, Scoom had big plans for life beyond the shy.
Where you want to be at age 33?
Somewhere in Europe in a big ass crib with my wife and kids, so not worrying about shit. My first goal now is get away from him for period, point blank. Like, I already don't be in this month. Like, what's the point of living here for? Shit, I want to have kids, gang. I ain't gonna lie, fuck. I don't get no
how tough you is on my dead cousin grave. What a real nigga scared of, death and fucking jail. My cousin grave, don't let no nigga tell you they not scared of that shit.
But tragically, Scoom wouldn't get a chance to achieve any of that. Instead, he barely lasted a month before he was ambushed and murdered while simply trying to get a haircut. And with that, Chicago Drill was relieved of two of its biggest prospects for the future, leaving a glaring hole in the scene.
I feel like if they had some real guidance in their life, like motherfuckers who's really standing on them, how motherfuckers be standing on me and how I stand on my artists, and I feel like Lil Jeff and Lil Scoom, them little niggas they was something to work with. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, they the new generation.
But by the sounds of it, all that despair hasn't stopped 079 Bloodhound from staying active. According to Trap Lord Ross, their homie and fellow rapper Q50 has recently picked up where Jeff left off. He also argues that if Jeff had survived, he would almost certainly be behind bars by now.
You know, Q50's still out here. He got arrested for a little period of time, but he got let back out, and he's just out here, you know, navigating the streets supposedly with 8 bodies. I don't know how he's not in jail. It's actually kind of baffling, this whole situation. I think if Jeff was here, he would definitely be in jail, facing really serious charges for a number of bodies that he'd allegedly committed and claimed. Those guys made it really obvious for everyone, you know.
In a rare interview, Q50, who spent time behind bars for firearm possession, insisted that he's still pushing on for his brothers in every way.
Okay, how did Lil Jeff and Scoom impact your life?
Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. When I lost my big brother, I ain't gonna lie, that shit, I'm gonna keep this shit a buck. Cause I ain't no more, you know, I ain't no lying ass nigga. That shit hurt me. That's my big brother, that's my everyday nigga. We the same nigga, we the same. They just put me in.
Track Long Live Jeffrey Dahmer. Now 7 months on from those visuals going live on YouTube, every single one of these artists has passed on. With the story of Lil Jeff, you see where the worlds of rap in the streets.
Kendrick Lamar is terrifying to his fellow rappers, not just in the wake of his recent activity, but long before he was ever as battle-tested as he is now. At the minute, hip-hop is basking in the landscape where he destroyed Drake so savagely that his name is now being used as an acronym to warn others.
Don't rap against Kendrick.
If I need anything, Long live my nigga.
In a surreal moment, what happens when you start beef with a rapper who is demonic, ruthless, and as cold-blooded as NBA YoungBoy? More often than not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though, you know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother and shit, you hear me? I guess he just let that fame and shit get to his head now.
Basically his mentor, but something went wrong between them, which led YoungBoy abandoning TBG to launch his own rap crew, Never Broke Again. In an interview with Say Cheese TV, G talked about how YoungBoy changed once he became famous. However, the core problem between them was related to the older rapper having a sexual relationship with YoungBoy's sibling.
He mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had fucked her a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though, you know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother and shit, you hear me? I guess he just let that fame and shit get to his head. Now he feel like he just new nigga, whoever he supposed to be, whoever he called himself.
As always, NBA YoungBoy doesn't let anyone speak on an issue pertaining to him without clapping back. First, YoungBoy responded simply on an Instagram live, where he was clearly ready for all the smoke.
What you say? I'm about beefing. What it is, bitch?
Before then going on to mention the incident on his song called Poor One.
Remember smoking weed with your little brother. Matter of fact, nigga used to call you my big brother. Then you did some foul shit and had sex with my sister.
Shortly after they had been throwing shots back and forth online, G-Money was killed when he was shot in the head while leaving a recording studio on Dallas Drive, Baton Rouge. Now, some may say that this was all just one big coincidence. However, when you take into consideration that YoungBoy's associate NBA Pop was the one who was indicted for the murder, it definitely makes you think twice. Additionally, instead of offering condolences, YoungBoy instead decided to celebrate in songs like Danger.
I'm on my top and with the I put that burner on them, yeah. Shoot them in this like the last gorilla nigga.
By mentioning the last gorilla, Youngboy made it crystal clear who he was referring to. After all, TBG stood for Top Boy Gorilla, and with their leader gone, Youngboy was happy to mock the crew during their time of mourning. But this didn't mean that every member of the crew was just going to take it lying down. Fredo Bang was also part of TBG, and he was really close to G Money. Not only did he make an entire song titled Doggone about him, but he even told Vlad TV that when G Money passed away, he was so upset that he cried while he was in jail.
It was the closest friend I had besides my first best friend, but we got close, you feel me?
While behind bars, Fredo reportedly attacked Youngboy's older brother, and the police, worried he might seek revenge, believe this led to G's passing. This incident actually prevented Fredo from being released on the day he was supposed to get out of jail. There's a common belief that G Money was only in Baton Rouge on the day he died, specifically because Fredo was supposed to be released from jail that day. However, Fredo's bond hearing got delayed to a later date, leading some people to think that if Fredo had been released as planned, G Money might have not lost his life. As for Youngboy and Fredo, the two used to be cool. In fact, Youngboy actually appeared in one of Fredo's first ever music videos. But once G Money was killed and Bang got out of prison, the relationship between them soured. And when he learned that they would be dropping projects on the same day, Fredo sent some shade to Youngboy, writing, "Guess me and my son dropping together" on an Instagram story post. When you're dealing with someone as hot-headed as Youngboy, calling him your son isn't a great idea. Soon, he was cussing him out on live, dissing dead ops and issuing threats.
You a bum, you go dig all three of your brothers up with your scary. You a stop running from me. I ain't in no competition with you. Stop writing me. You a you ain't no. You won't be like me. You write me all day. You a.
Unsurprisingly, Fredo clapped back, throwing shade of his own.
Somebody go help little brother out, bro. He angry, dog. He angry. Talking about patterns and shit. It ain't like I'm on this talking about Fat Boy and that extra large coffin he got. You hear me? Or Professor X, how y'all gotta push his half around. I'm not on this talking about that. All I said, I was sell my album. Yeah.
From there, the two kept throwing subliminal shots back and forth on wax, thankfully avoiding things tipping over into violence. However, there was an incident where a fan of Youngboy foolishly tried to taunt Fredo and his crew, which resulted in the fan getting beaten up. Since then, Fredo eventually opened up about what happened between them and basically suggested the whole thing was blown out of proportion.
I personally don't got a problem with it. It's more of, like, remember I was telling you about people don't f with people and they in the main people ear type of shit. And motherfuckers don't know how to be grown and be a man and talk for themselves type shit. I don't have a problem with him. We just don't f with each other.
Whatever happened, it's clear any idea that Fredo would ever be competing with YB in terms of sales are long gone. But the Baton Rouge beef doesn't stop there, as another local rapper that Youngboy had a feud with was Kevin Gates. At first, YB and Gates were cool, to the point that they had created absolute banger hit songs together, such as the song TTG and I Am Who They Say I Am, which combined for nearly 200 million views on YouTube alone. And Kevin Gates even got a tattoo of Contrail on his shoulder. During Youngboy's come up, Gates took him under his wing and actually helped him to broker a deal with Atlantic that he'd eventually end up regretting. Although Kevin felt an immense connection to what Youngboy was going through,
I saw myself. When I see him, I see myself. It ain't, you're not aggressive. It's just when you go through great pain and great hurt, it makes you aggressive. It makes you put the wall up. And that's me, you know what I'm saying? That's who I was. I was that individual at one time in my life.
Youngboy clearly felt differently, and by the sounds of it, the issue was that Gates basically wanted a finder's fee for helping to set up his deal with Atlantic. And on the song Story of OJ Top's version, Youngboy issued some pretty serious threats aimed at Gates for wanting to take a percentage of his income.
Man thinking he gets a percent from me, allowing him to allow someone else to pay me. Dumb bitch, fuck hit the kill switch, making sure it's over with. Aiming blow the bitch, drop down soldiers.
By now, Kevin Gates is a family man and is focused on peace rather than causing anyone any kind of hardship. Because Youngboy is so many years his junior, he basically sees him as a little sibling. So in an interview with Academics, he revealed that he'd done the mature thing and let it go as Youngboy needed a friend, not another enemy.
Wish I could put my arms around him right now. That shit killed me to see him suffer. I wish I could just put my arms around him right now. I'm gonna always love you forever, but he just on his journey right now.
Before then stating he will always have love for Contrail in an interview with Cigar Talk.
My love don't change for people. Man, brothers gonna have time where they have to journey apart. It'll come back together if it's meant to be. If not, hey. If I love you though, I'm not about to never not love you.
Where the beef between Kevin and NBA Youngboy was resolved amicably before things could get out of hand, the same cannot be said for Scotty Kane, who he got back into back when he was on his come up. Now, if you're not familiar with this artist, he's another MC from Baton Rouge who reps his own label called Utopia Music. During the beginnings of Youngboy's career, the pair collaborated on a couple of songs together, such as Homicide.
I'm rolling around, I'm just waiting on you niggas. When I spotted you, bitch, I got you. I've been waiting on you niggas.
But according to Scotty, YB essentially begged him to do the song.
Look, I'ma address the situation like a man. Your bitch rolled my cousin dick. Y'all came to the studio, he begged me to do the first verse. I did not want to do it, I thought about him. I did the verse, your bitch asked me to put some on your shoes. You not with my label, nigga. You was over there riding TBG dick, they wanted to raw your pussy ass out. Now you put come trying to rap mafia music. Now you get on and do all this extra shit.
Always ready for smoke, NBA Youngboy pulled up to the studio to try and square off with Scotty, but the rapper had no intention of fighting one-on-one, and instead, he pulled a gun on Youngboy and apparently had him begging once again, but this time, it was for his life. However, as usual, Youngboy would eventually get the last laugh when one of Scotty's studio sessions was ambushed by the NBA crew, and according to reports, Scotty lost 20 teeth in the attack. Since then, he's been real quiet, and eventually apologized to Youngboy, claiming he shouldn't have even entertained the beef. Although a lot of rappers that Youngboy has beefed with have faded into obscurity after he was done with them, some have stood strong like Kodak Black. Back in the day, Yak and Youngboy were really cool with each other, and at one point, he even thought about signing Youngboy to his Sniper Gang label after collaborating on their hit song Chosen One.
It ain't a thing I can't handle, I'm a champion. It ain't a thing I can't handle, I'm the chosen one.
But suddenly, either his words were taken out of context, or he just straight up disrespected NBA on the track Time Never Mattered, rapping,
But I hope that I don't go broke again. Killing young babies, Kodak never going broke again. You a free. But I had a
referring to Youngboy as a free agent. Many thought he was throwing shade towards Youngboy for not signing with his crew, although it's unclear if this was a diss. What I do know is that one of NBA's own artists was about to turn the heat up on this beef, literally. Shortly after the song came out, Quando Rondo, who will play a major role in a couple of the feuds later in this video, took an exception to what Yak said and did a live stream where he burned some of Kodak's Sniper Gang merch.
Chill out, man. Man, we NBA, man. What's on that shit? JP. Man, it's up.
After that, Yak's crew responded by releasing this threatening video of members from his Sniper Gang speaking in Haitian. Before then proceeding to pour gasoline on Youngboy's Never Broke Again merch, claiming,
Y'all burn that Sniper Gang shit up. I usually don't burn shirts, you feel me?
This meant the battle lines were drawn, and in October of 2019, Youngboy escalated it even further when he began dating Kodak Black's ex-girlfriend, Dej. But things didn't get too bad until a couple years later when Kodak was in jail. During that time, Youngboy was accused of snitching after his then-girlfriend Yaya Mayweather one of his exes. In the paperwork released at the time, it said that Youngboy had fully cooperated with the police, and as you can imagine, this was the kind of ammo that Kodak Black couldn't ignore. In a since-deleted Instagram post, Kodak, from behind bars, said, "The hell they mean you fully cooperated? Man, that word ain't even supposed to be attached to your name, at NBA Youngboy. Don't do that girl like that, man. This make like you was scared then people was gonna try to charge you with something, so you scream." For someone like Youngboy,
the biggest YouTube channels don't talk to everybody. They talk to you. They don't say things like, "This is the biggest
who came from the gutter. Getting called a snitch is about as serious an allegation against you as someone could make, and unsurprisingly, he went off.
These niggas watch me from a jail cell, man. I ain't never paid attention to a nigga, especially from no cell, nigga. The nigga watching me fuck. Then what a nigga say? A nigga say I cooperated. Bow, man, bow, what, you stupid bitch? Huh? Bow, my wife? Huh? Bow my wife, say, I gotta get up. Get up. Come here. You talking about this girl right here? My wife? You talking about my wife? Inside my house that I paid for?
Still, Kodak kept poking the bear, saying that YB was his son and that Youngboy wanted to be like him. Disrespected once again, the two were officially no longer friends. Later that year, Youngboy took a jab at Kodak by releasing his album on the same day. And to add salt to the wound, Youngboy's album ended up outselling Kodak's by nearly 15,000 units. Still, when Youngboy got captured by the FBI in 2021, Yak surprisingly insisted that he wasn't celebrating. This seemed like an olive branch, and it probably was. And it also could have to do with the fact that a year prior, Youngboy released a song called Letter to Kodak, where he said he missed him after he was sentenced to 46 months in prison. But there was still one thing bothering Kodak about YB, and it wasn't anything street, but rather it was his fan base and their constant trolling. You guys remember how in 2021, it was a popular trend on social media for people to say YB better? Well, this really bothered Kodak, and he made it clear in tweets stating, "Bruh, I like Youngboy's music, it's just this dude's fans, homie, or whoever the fuck is behind all this hashtag YB better shit. That shit be irritating. And can't nobody else say they don't feel me. A dude too real. I ain't hating on nobody. I just say what everybody else is scared to say, with all chances of them rekindling their friendship ruined again." Youngboy clapped back, telling him, "If you don't like my fans, I don't like you, pussy." As you can probably tell, a lot of Youngboy's beefs start off as a case of respect gone wrong, and that's definitely the case with NLE Choppa. When he first came out the gate, the influence of YB on Choppa's style was pretty obvious, and he didn't hide his fandom. At one point, he even dropped a song called Free Youngboy to salute his incarcerated hero, but unfortunately, that song would age like milk. It all started after Choppa got into an altercation with a member of NBA's crew in a club. As usual, it was Quando Rondo who set it off by attacking Choppa's friend.
I just cracked NLE Choppa homeboy in this shit, running up on me. Hey, crack nigga ass in this shit, nigga. NLE Choppa, and I got that found me, and I'm round Houston.
NLE Choppa wasn't about to let that narrative fly and cleared up his side of events. And to him, what Quando did was cowardly.
Cuz how the is you niggas took y'all hiding behind security, cuz? Y'all know what the you did. You came and hid behind security. You was a bitch.
Suddenly, any chance of Choppa and Top working with each other anymore was pretty much over, but they kept it respectful enough until one day when Choppa decided to critique Youngboy's music online. After Lil Reese clapped back at a tweet from Academics which said that Youngboy was on demon time by saying that he was just rapping like everybody else, Choppa agreed by saying that he stamped that. It's unclear what exactly Choppa's intentions were, but to Youngboy, this meant war. So he quickly retaliated on the track Know Like I Know, where he said, "I bet your mama will be destroyed when we send your stupid ass to God for making statements. Choosing sides about my beef with them little boys. You can say I was your favorite. Better stay up in your place, bitch. Around to get your face split." Just for good measure, Youngboy also dissed Choppa's new focus on health within his music, rapping, "I don't give a fuck about how you treat your body, give a fuck about your cleaning." Considering how hard Youngboy went, you'd expect that Choppa had to fire back, but he insisted that he was above that.
Is there beef there?
No, I don't beef with nobody. Like I said, I live in peace. I live in love. I'm saying it's never nothing.
While Youngboy's candidness might have been seen as admirable, he didn't stop there. He went on to mock Choppa for his close relationship with his mother, who is both his manager and a successful entrepreneur. Youngboy even stated in his interview with Rap Radar that Choppa couldn't be a gangster because his mother wasn't.
You wanna see a gun in his video, right? You go to the next one, he got a gun in his video, right? Man, you gotta dig a little deeper sometime, bro. All right, now look at his mama. His mama ain't no gangster, so how the f is he a gangster? That shit don't be adding up, bro.
You might have noticed in those bars about Choppa that he talked about him choosing sides. And a beef that brings us right back to one of the biggest beefs with another rapper that Youngboy has ever dared to enter, his feud with Lil Durk and the late King Von. You see, Choppa was really good friends with King Von, a Chicago MC who'd beef with NBA's most troublesome artist, Quando Rondo. During a fight in Atlanta at a hookah lounge, King Von was killed by one of Quando Rondo's associates, Lil Tim. Since that went down, Quando believes that he's been blacklisted from the entire industry. While on Youngboy's part, he inherited the beef, beginning with a line on Bring the Hook from his January 2022 Colors mixtape that seemed to poke fun at King Von's death and his hood.
Nigga, this that squid gang. Oh, black pig get rolled up. Murder what they told us. Atlanta boy get folded up.
Over the years since Von's death, Lil Durk has been criticized by some people for the fact that he hasn't
Hey, that shit go hard
death.
though.
Lil Durk has been criticized.
Hey, that shit go hard.
It's a murder business. Yeah. This gun was bought just for the kill niggas. Sean Fall, you already know we beat them motherfucking great. Ball bells, bring your body to the grave, we leave him slave, nigga. It ain't no open case, we left his motherfucking brain. Hold on, diamond chains, we leave a stain. Shorty, you won't give me brain. Sliding in that fast thing. Nigga know I blew the brains. Shorty try to sell me things, no, I want the whole thing. Know my brother said that boy, if not hell wrong, this pill cocaine. No, we distributors, them hollows, you can smell it through the city, we polluting. Don't aim it, you just shoot it. Like G Sosa say, better get your ass up out of here, you want 'em, man. Takes him through the night and through the day, that be my fucking man. Bro, them swing.
Where my phone?